Hi students, this is Botany PSR. Today we will discuss about two concepts, what do we know, and later early experiments. Two concepts, what do we know. Next one, early experiments, right? What are the requirements, what are the raw materials for photosynthesis? That is, CO2 is required, water is required, light is required, chlorophyll is required. So, what are the materials required for photosynthesis means 4: CO2, water, light, chlorophyll. These are so called raw materials for occurring of photosynthesis. Next, for necessary of chlorophyll in presence of light, it can be explained by variegated leaf experiment. Variegated leaf experiment explains that necessary of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. It can be explained by which experiment? Variegated leaf experiment. Variegated means difference, right? Necessary of CO2. CO2 is necessary in presence of light. It can be explained by half-leaf experiment demonstrated by scientist called Mole. So called Mole's half-leaf experiment is useful to demonstrate necessary of CO2. Next, necessary of sunlight in photosynthesis by Ganong's light screen experiment. Ganong's light screen experiment is useful for necessary of CO2. Next, release of O2 during photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, CO2 is absorbed and release of O2. CO2 is taken in and O2 is released out during photosynthesis. Release of O2 during photosynthesis can be demonstrated by hydrilla funnel experiment. This we studied in lower classes. Next, what the test for starch means? Iodine test. So which test is used for identification of starch means iodine test. So that means starch plus iodine solution gives rise to blue color. So this test is so called iodine test. So iodine test, if we use it, means if there is the blue color obtained means that substance can be called as starch. If no blue color means there is no starch. So iodine test starch will give positive test. Positive test means which color it will be obtained? Blue color. So iodine will give blue color if there is the presence of starch. So these experiments we have to discuss in detail. Let's see, my dear students, necessary of chlorophyll in presence of light, it can be demonstrated by variegated leaf experiment. Variegated means difference. Let's take the leaf. This leaf was partially covered with black pepper. So that leaf is partially covered with black pepper. This type of leaf is so called variegated leaf experiment. Leaf was partially covered with black pepper. This type of leaf is so called variegated leaf experiment. Another leaf is taken and it is exposed to light. So that means if this part is taken, it will give positive test for iodine. But this here no photosynthesis, that means it gives negative test. Variegated leaf will give negative test for iodine. Whereas another leaf which was exposed to light means it will give positive test for iodine. That means if this part is taken and it is used in iodine test, this part will give blue color. This part will not be in blue color. So that means here starch is not synthesized. Here starch is synthesized. So that means photosynthesis occurs only in green parts of the leaf. What do you call the green part of the leaf? Chlorophyll. So that is, it occurs in presence of light. So that is, variegated leaf experiment is useful to demonstrate necessity of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is necessary by experiment called variegated leaf experiment. Next, another experiment, my dear students, necessary of CO2 in presence of light can be demonstrated by Moll's half-leaf experiment. Let's say this is the plant, and here narrow leaves plant should be taken. So this is the test tube. This is the test tube. Half of the leaf is immersed in test tube. The test tube is filled with KOH solution, potassium hydroxide solution. Half of the leaf, the terminal part of the leaf is immersed in KOH solution, which is placed in test tube. And the lower part of the petiole, the lower part of the leaf, it will be called as exposed part of the leaf. This is the exposed part of the leaf, and this is the part of the leaf which is in the test tube. So, and it is kept in sunlight. What happens if the terminal part of the leaf or the leaf that is immersed in the test tube will give negative test for iodine, whereas this part will give, that is lower part of the leaf or the part of the leaf which was exposed to sunlight, that will give positive test for starch. Positive test for starch. So here starch is synthesized, here starch is not synthesized. It will give negative test. This part will give positive test. So the lower part of the petiole or part of the leaf which was exposed to sunlight will give positive test for starch. The terminal part of the leaf or the part of the leaf which was immersed, dipped in test tube, it will give negative test for starch. So that means here starch is not synthesized, whereas here starch is synthesized. See, why we have to use this KOH means to absorb CO2. Why the KOH solution is used means to absorb carbon dioxide. This KOH is a base, right? So light exposed part will give positive test for starch, whereas part of the leaf which is in test tube will give negative test for starch. KOH solution, why we have to use KOH solution means to absorb CO2. Don't say O2. So KOH solution is used to absorb carbon dioxide. It is a base, it is not an acid. KOH, potassium hydroxide solution, belongs to base. Okay? So these two experiments are explained in our NCERT textbook. Okay. Next one. Early experiments. That is, first of all, Joseph Priestley, he stated that essential role of air in growth of plants. Essential role of air in growth of the plants can be stated by Joseph Priestley. He also discovered oxygen. Oxygen was first discovered by this Joseph Priestley. So oxygen discovered by Joseph Priestley. He conducted experiments on candle, mouse and plant inside a bell jar and concluded that plants restore to the air whatever breathing animals and burning candles remove. That is, plants take CO2 and release O2 during photosynthesis. How this Joseph Priestley conducted these experiments? See, first of all, he has Priestley taken a candle and it is burning on. Later, mouse was placed and these two are covered by bell jar. Burning candle, mouse. Later on, what happens? This burning candle becomes, that is, off. That is, candle burning off. And later on, mouse was also dead due to suffocation. So that means here, why the candle is burning off, why the mouse was dead means due to suffocation, due to lack of oxygen. If there is no oxygen means the burning candle, it becomes off. or off is also called extinguished. So burning candle extinguished or burning off due to lack of oxygen. Mouse was also dead due to lack of oxygen. Then here let us he has taken another experiment. Candle, burning candle, mouse and a plant. This plant name is mint plant. So whatever the plant it may be. So plants take CO2 and release oxygen during photosynthesis. Plants take CO2 and release oxygen during photosynthesis. So if there is the presence of plant means photosynthesis occurs. Photosynthesis occurring means release of O2. Because of the presence of O2, the candle still burning on. The mouse was still alive due to the presence of oxygen. Where does this oxygen is obtained? From the plant. So that means the candle and the mouse will release carbon dioxide. That mouse will release carbon dioxide in a process called respiration. So that is the carbon dioxide which is released from the mouse was absorbed by the mint plant, and the mint plant will release oxygen. That oxygen is taken by the mouse, and the mouse was still alive, and the candle was also burning on. Why? Because placing on the plant which is in the bell jar. These are all the bell jars. So that is candle burning on due to O2 released from plant. These are all simple experiments, my dear students. Let's see, candle burning on, mouse was taken, and these are enclosed by bell jar. Later on what happens? After some time, the burning candle off and the mouse was dead due to lack of oxygen. Later on, burning candle, mouse and a mint plant was placed, and these are all covered by bell jar. Later on what happens? Here photosynthesis occurs, that is O2 is released. Released O2 is absorbed by the mouse, and it is also used by the candle. So the candle burning on continues. The mouse was still alive due to the presence of oxygen which was obtained from plants. So plants restore to the air whatever breathing animals and burning candles remove. This was the statement given by Joseph Priestley. Next, another experiment. John Ingenhouse, he proved that sunlight is essential to plants. That means the same experiment was repeated by John Ingenhouse. One plant is kept in sunlight, another plant is kept in darkness. The plant which was kept in sunlight will carry on photosynthesis. The plant which was kept in darkness will not carry on photosynthesis. That's why sunlight is essential for photosynthesis. It was stated by John Ingenhouse. Next, he used an aquatic plant. Next, in bright sunlight, small bubbles. These small bubbles were formed around green parts, while in dark they did not. These bubbles later on can be called as oxygen. So that is the plant which was kept in bright sunlight, small bubbles were formed around green parts, while in dark that oxygen does not occur. So that is bubbles are not obtained. So by this what we can say, that is photosynthesis occurs in presence of light only. Photosynthesis does not occur in dark. So that was the point given by, that is John Ingenhouse. Green parts of plants could release oxygen in presence of light only. That was the statement given by John Ingenhouse. Next, Sachs. This, when photosynthesis occurs, means glucose is synthesized. After glucose is synthesized, it is added to fructose and forms starch. So glucose is transported in the plant body in the form of starch. In the form of sucrose. Okay. So when photosynthesis occurs means glucose is formed. So production of glucose during photosynthesis. This was the statement given by Sachs. So this glucose, when combines with fructose, it becomes sucrose. So in the plant body, which form that carbohydrate is transported in the phloem means sucrose. We have to say sucrose. That is, through phloem, food is transported in the plant body in the form of sucrose. So glucose is usually stored as starch. Production of glucose during growth of the plants. These two statements given by Sachs. Next one. T.W. Engelmann. He used a prism. Algae used is Cladophora, which belongs to green algae. Green algae means chlorophyceae. He used aerobic bacteria. Don't say anaerobic bacteria. He used aerobic bacteria to detect the sites of O2 evolution. So which type of bacteria are used in the evolution of O2 means aerobic bacteria. Next, aerobic bacteria are accumulated mainly in blue and red regions of light. First action spectrum of photosynthesis was described by Engelmann. Next, first action spectrum resembles roughly absorption spectrum of chlorophyll A and B. Chlorophyll A and B. How he was conducted the experiments. See, he was taken a prism. Light is focused on prism. This light splits into spectral components into different components. That is VIBGYOR, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So light splits into its spectral components called VIBGYOR. And here he has taken a plant called Cladophora, which belongs to green algae, that is also called chlorophyceae. On this suspension, aerobic bacteria also taken. So in this suspension, a plant called Cladophora is taken and aerobic bacteria are taken. Now, when the light is focused on prism, now on this prism, light is splitted into spectral components, VIBGYOR. Now, here is a plant now. This plant will release oxygen. This oxygen will be present at blue light and red light. How can we detect means here aerobic bacteria are accumulated. So aerobic bacteria are accumulated mainly in the regions of blue light and red light. As there is the presence of aerobic bacteria in blue light and red light, their oxygen is present. Where does that oxygen is obtained? From the plant called Cladophora. So this Cladophora performs photosynthesis. As photosynthesis occurred means O2 is released. O2 is released. That released O2 is at blue light and red light. How can we detect this aerobic bacteria accumulated yet mainly in blue light and red light regions? That is very, very aerobic bacteria are accumulated mainly in blue light and red regions of light. So first action spectrum was first described by Engelmann. This first action spectrum resembles the absorption spectrum of both chlorophyll A and B. Very, very important. First action spectrum described by Engelmann. First action spectrum roughly resembles the absorption spectrum of chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, both. You have to say both. So again, once again I am saying, my dear students, this one, light is focused on prism. When light is focused on prism means light splits into spectral components like VIBGYOR, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Here is a suspension. This suspension is having Cladophora plant and a aerobic bacteria are used. When this plant performs photosynthesis means oxygen is released. that oxygen is released at a place called this blue light and red light. How can we detect means aerobic bacteria are present mainly in blue light and red light. So that means that is very very important. Aerobic bacteria are accumulated mainly in blue and red regions of light. So that is first action spectrum was described by Engelmann. This action spectrum roughly resembles the absorption spectrum of chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. What is absorption spectrum? What is action spectrum? The graph showing absorption of light. The graph showing absorption of light at different wavelengths by photosynthetic pigments is called absorption spectrum. The graph showing rate of photosynthesis at different wavelengths by photosynthetic pigments is called action spectrum. Action spectrum means the graph showing how much of rate of photosynthesis, how much of O2 is evolved. So the graph showing the rate of photosynthesis at different wavelengths by pigments is called action spectrum. Absorption spectrum means the graph showing absorption of light at different wavelengths by photosynthetic pigments is called absorption spectrum. Did you understand, my dear students? So please note down all these points. Now look at here, my dear students. CO2 plus H2O will give rise to a carbohydrate plus H2O plus oxygen. CH2O means it is a carbohydrate. Example, glucose. This is for 1 molecule of CO2. For 6 molecules of CO2 means 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O. So that is for 6 molecules of CO2, how many H2O molecules, how many water molecules are required means for 6 CO2, 12 H2O molecules are required. For 1 CO2, 2 H2O molecules are required. Right. So for 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O gives rise to glucose plus 6 H2O and 6 molecules of oxygen. Try to remember the equation, my dear students. Photosynthetic balanced equation is how many CO2 molecules are required? 6 CO2. How many water molecules are required? 12 water molecules. How many oxygen molecules are evolved? How many oxygen molecules are released means 6. Ratio between CO2 and O2 6:6, that is equal to 1:1. Ratio between number of CO2 molecules utilized, number of H2O molecules utilized means 6:12, that is equal to 1:2. Right. So in the photosynthetic balanced equation, 6 molecules of CO2, 12 H2O molecules are required for the formation of one glucose, and 6 H2O molecules are evolved and 6 O2 molecules are released. In plants photosynthesis, in photosynthesis of green plants, which one is evolved means oxygen is evolved. And which was the main product means glucose. The main product in photosynthesis is glucose. The byproduct in photosynthesis is oxygen, right? So in photosynthetic equation, CO2 is reduced, water is oxidized. Very, very important point. In photosynthetic or in photosynthesis, dash is reduced. CO2, carbon dioxide is reduced. In photosynthetic equation, dash is oxidized. Which one is oxidized? That is H2O is oxidized. This carbon dioxide is obtained from atmosphere through stomata into the leaves. What the molecular weight means? Oxygen 16, O2 that is 16 plus 16 32, 32 plus carbon 12, 32 plus 12 44. So that is 44 into 6, that is equal to 264 grams. Okay, and water in photosynthetic equation, which one is oxidized? Water. Which one is reduced? CO2. How can you remember? Reduced C. Carbon dioxide C. Like that you have to remember. This is very, very important point, my dear students. In photosynthetic equation, dash is reduced, carbon dioxide is reduced, dash is oxidized, water is oxidized, right? So this water is obtained from soil by roots. Molecular weight means oxygen 16, H2 that is 16 plus 2 18, 18 into 2 12, 18 into 12 that is equal to 216, 216 grams. Molecular weight of CO2 is 264 grams. Molecular weight of water molecules is 216 grams. And what is the main product formed in photosynthesis means? Glucose. Molecular weight is 180 gram glucose. And what is the byproduct formed in photosynthesis means? Byproduct means oxygen. This oxygen is released into the atmosphere. This oxygen is obtained from water but not from CO2. That means here they have taken O18 here, H2O O18, here O18. So this oxygen is evolved from water but not from CO2. That is also very, very important point. This oxygen is obtained from water but not from CO2. Molecular weight is O2, no? That is 16 plus 16, 32. 32 into 6, 192. So that is 264 gram CO2 fixed means how much gram glucose will be formed? 180 gram glucose. Like this we have to take in numericals, right? Photosynthesis occurs not only in plants but also in bacteria also. So that is 6 CO2 plus 12 H2S. Don't say 12 H2. What is the hydrogen donor in plants photosynthesis? Water. Hydrogen donor in bacterial photosynthesis means H2S, hydrogen sulfide. How many molecules? 12 H2S. So light is required, but the pigment is here. Plants means chlorophyll, whereas bacterial photosynthesis means bacteriochlorophyll. Don't say chlorophyll. So that is the photosynthetic pigment in plants is chlorophyll. The photosynthetic pigment in bacteria is bacteriochlorophyll but not chlorophyll. So photosynthesis in bacteria. Same glucose is formed, H2O molecules are formed, but instead of oxygen, sulfur is released or sulfate is released. So that is hydrogen donor in bacterial photosynthesis is H2S instead of water. Which one is evolved? Sulfur or sulfate instead of oxygen. Very, very important point, my dear students. In plants photosynthesis, pigment is chlorophyll. In bacterial photosynthesis, pigment is bacteriochlorophyll, but not chlorophyll. Hydrogen donor in plants photosynthesis, H2O. Hydrogen donor in bacterial photosynthesis, H2S. Which one is evolved during plants photosynthesis? Oxygen. In bacterial photosynthesis, which one is evolved means sulfur or sulfate instead of oxygen. So that is hydrogen donor in bacterial photosynthesis, hydrogen sulfide instead of water. In bacterial photosynthesis, which one is evolved? Sulfur or sulfate? How many molecules? 12 molecules. Whereas in plants photosynthesis, how many oxygen molecules are evolved means 6 oxygen molecules are evolved. This bacterial photosynthesis was demonstrated, proved by this bacterial photosynthesis was given by Von Neil. Who is that scientist? Von Neil. Now look at here, my dear students. Von Neil, he belongs to microbiology, so-called microbiologist. Photosynthesis is a light-dependent reaction in which hydrogen from a suitable oxidizable compound reduces CO2 to carbohydrate. That is, CO2 is reduced to form carbohydrate. 2H2A plus CO2 gives rise to 2A plus CH2O plus oxygen. Plus water. So this was given by Von Neil. So he also worked on bacterial photosynthesis. What are the different types of photosynthetic bacteria? Purple bacteria, green bacteria, also called purple sulfur photosynthetic bacteria, green sulfur photosynthetic bacteria. Sulfur means sulfur is released instead of oxygen. In plants, when photosynthesis occurred means oxygen is evolved. Whereas in bacteria, which gas is evolved means, which substance is evolved means sulfur or sulfate. Why? Because in plants, hydrogen donor is water. Whereas in bacterial photosynthesis, hydrogen donor is hydrogen sulfide. That is very, very important point, my dear students. So, what are the photosynthetic bacteria means? Green bacteria and purple bacteria, also called purple sulfur photosynthetic bacteria, green sulfur photosynthetic bacteria. Von Neil proposed that O2 is released during photosynthesis comes from water, but not from CO2. So that oxygen is evolved from water. When water splits, oxygen is released into the atmosphere. So that is splitting of water in presence of light is called photolysis or splitting of water. This oxygen is evolved from water but not from CO2. It was stated by Von Neil. Very, very important point. Water is oxygen. Oxygen is evolved from water but not from carbon dioxide. It was stated by Von Neil. Later on, oxygen is released during photosynthesis comes from water by using radioactive isotope or by using radioisotopic techniques. That is radioactive isotope called O18 by Rubin and Kamen. By using radioactive isotope means the oxygen is evolved from water but not from carbon dioxide, stated by, that is Von Neil. Oxygen is evolved from water but not from carbon dioxide by using radioactive isotope or by using radioisotopic technique O18 can be stated by means Rubin and Kamen. These two scientists used radioactive isotope O18. Right. 6CO2 plus 12H2O gives rise to glucose C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2. So in presence of light by chlorophyll. Though it appears as a single step, it is not a single reaction. It is not a single step reaction. It is not a single reaction, but it's a multi-step reaction. Photosynthesis is a multi-step process. True. Photosynthesis is a single step process. False. So more than one step, it is so called metabolic pathway. So it is a multi-step reaction. So photosynthesis is an example for metabolic pathway. Metabolic pathway. Now comparing the photosynthesis in plants and bacteria. Photosynthesis in plants, photosynthesis in bacteria. Right. Hydrogen donor in plants photosynthesis is water, whereas in bacterial photosynthesis, hydrogen sulfide. Which one is evolved? In plants means oxygen. In bacterial photosynthesis means sulfur or sulfate is released. Next, photosynthetic pigment in plants is chlorophyll. In bacterial photosynthesis, bacteriochlorophyll. Don't say chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is different from bacteriochlorophyll. The type of photosystems, both photosystem 1 and photosystem 2 are present. PS1 means photosystem 1, photosystem 2. PS2 means photosystem 2. Or pigment system 1, pigment system 2 are present. Whereas here, only photosystem 1 is present, photosystem 2 is absent. In bacterial photosynthesis, only one photosystem is present, that is PS1. PS2 is absent. Z scheme and NCETS, non-cyclic electron transport system, and non-cyclic photophosphorylation in plants means present, whereas in bacteria that is absent. So that is Z scheme and non-cyclic electron transport system are present in plants photosynthesis, absent in bacterial photosynthesis. Cyclic electron transport system or cyclic photophosphorylation. CPP means cyclic photophosphorylation. Plants present, bacteria also present. That means cyclic photophosphorylation, cyclic electron transport system found both in plants photosynthesis and bacterial photosynthesis. Non-cyclic electron transport system or NCPP, non-cyclic photophosphorylation, are present in plants, absent in bacteria. ATP formation present in plants, present in bacteria. That is, ATP formation occurs both in plants photosynthesis and bacterial photosynthesis. NADPH2 formation present. Here, bacteria no, absent. So that is, in plants photosynthesis, both ATP and NADPH2 formation occurs. Whereas in bacterial photosynthesis, only ATP formation occurs and no formation of NADPH2. Next, what are the examples means? All green plants. What are the examples means? Purple bacteria, also called purple sulfur photosynthetic bacteria. Second one, green sulfur photosynthetic bacteria. So that means sulfur is released. That's why these are so called purple bacteria, green bacteria. Did you understand, my dear students? So this is all about these two concepts, what do we know and early experiments. So I hope you understood, my dear students. Please note down all these points in your notebook and we will meet in the next class.